Hi everyone, hi, it's me Peyton. I'm coming at you from the North Georgia, Tennessee line, and welcome to, I think this is week 3 of Renew and Restore. I'm super excited. So this week's verse was 1 Peter 5 verse 7, and it said, "Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you." And this made me think about the let them theory. Personally, I've not read the book, and I probably won't because I took the time to follow the money and look at the publisher and all the things behind it, what they donate to, and I'm not here for that. I'm not going to donate. I vote with my dollar. I'm not going to vote that way. So I have not personally read the book because I'm not going to give them any money. So I know what the let them theory is, though. And basically, it's just, in a nutshell, like if somebody wants to be a butthole, let them. If somebody wants to be good, let them. If somebody wants to set an example and live their life fearlessly, let them. If somebody wants to be a recluse and never speak to people again, great, let them. So it's the let them theory. And I don't necessarily agree with it 100%. I do agree somewhat with it, but not 100%. Let me tell you why. So I believe that God has given us all the gift of discernment, of seeing what's good and what's bad. And when people choose to do something horrible or bad, and there's someone saying, well, just let them. Are we though? Are we supposed to just let them? Or are we supposed to set a better example and or course correct them? Because maybe they don't know. You don't know what you don't know. Maybe no one's ever said, hey, by the way, you probably shouldn't, cheat on your wife. Or, hey, maybe you shouldn't murder your girlfriend's dog because, I know that was done to yours when you were a child, but that's not how you show love. So it's just, instead of saying, let them, why don't we surrender it to God instead and say, this person is doing XYZ and I'm not really that happy about it. Please, God, soften their heart or their head or whatever the case may be. So surrendering your anxieties to God versus the let them theory basically is like, to me, the better way to do. You're basically accomplishing the same thing, whether you're following the let them theory or if you are like giving it to God. But in my opinion, it's the better of the two, because you're accomplishing the same goal, but you are giving control to actually the man who's in control. You don't need to give control to him. He's going to do it anyway. So when you give your anxieties to him, I don't know if y'all know this, but if you give your anxieties to the Lord, that means you don't have them anymore. Like, you have given them away. So there is a huge line there, because I know some people who have said, oh, well, I've given this to God, but then they're still sweating it. And I'm like, but did you really? did you really give it to God? Or did you just give him a little bit? Like, here's the chocolate chip. I'm going to have the rest of the cookie, though. Thank you. It just does not make sense. So if you are giving your anxieties, all of them, to him, you don't have that anymore to worry about. Some practical release exercises. I've done this a lot. Box breathing. Counting to 10. Saying a little prayer. That probably is the most that I do that one the most, more than I do the other two. But those three really work for me, and it's just, when I say practical release exercises, for instance, if someone in your life does or says something that you don't agree with 100%, instead of whipping back and arguing with them right off the get-go, how about trying that count to 10 method or box breathing? And that's breathing in, hold your breath for the same amount of time that you breathed in, then exhale for the same amount of time that you breathed in and you held your breath, and then hold your breath the same amount of time that you exhaled, held your breath, and inhaled, and then inhale again for, I do 4 or 5 seconds. So 4, but I do it in my head. Like, I'm not literally like, it's just like I breathe in through my nose and, hold my breath a few seconds and then breathe out. Like, I'm not making a spectacle of it. It's just giving me that pause of, I don't have to argue with this person. And most of the time, I just say a prayer, like, especially if you're just saying it in your head, because let me tell y'all, the spoken word is powerful. But if you're standing in front of someone, you shouldn't say, God, please open this blind person's eyes and give them the wisdom to know right from wrong, because obviously this is not, you don't want to say that kind of stuff in front of someone, right? So you can say prayers in your head because he's a mind reader, okay? He is not. That person wants to be, but probably isn't. So ask yourselves, what burdens am I holding that God is asking me to surrender? What are you holding on to in your life that you don't need to be the one in control? God needs to be the one in control. So, while we're thinking about the answer to that question this week, I urge y'all to find some practical release exercise that either try one of mine or comment one that you use often, because I might want to try yours or someone else. So please comment if you use something different. I would love that. And I hope y'all have a great rest of your week. And remember, we don't need to be in control of everything. And newsflash, we aren't. God is. So I love y'all so stinking much, and I will see y'all next week.